youtube.com/MugenLord. Subscribe to the channel for gaming news, updates, discussion, and live streams. Signing off.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video. And today I want to talk about Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I know on this YouTube channel I haven't really talked about this at all. I don't even recall me even doing a follow-up or any discussion videos surrounding this. But if you don't know, I've been following this game for quite some time, and I'm really interested in it, especially when they're back when this game was just a concept and there was rumors going around that we'll see a Cyberpunk game sometime in the near future. And after finding out that CD Projekt Red is working on it, for those of you who don't know, they're developers, Polish developers who developed the Witcher series, especially the highly acclaimed Witcher 3, which have gotten everybody into the Witcher series. And of course, if you haven't checked out the Netflix, that has been doing pretty well. So they also bolster the sales of Witcher 3, even though that game been out for some time now. So knowing that these guys are working on it, and CD Projekt Red is pretty much, to me, in my opinion, pro-consumer when it comes to them developing their games and how they go about their practices and everything. So knowing that they're working on Cyberpunk 2077, and the fact is that it's pretty much an RPG, first-person shooter RPG, I figure, like, you know, why not? Let me just give it a try. You know, even though I'm not really into first-person shooters, but for the fact is that it's CD Projekt Red, and plus it's an RPG as well, I was like, okay, let's give it a try. So why I'm talking about this? Well, for some reason, you guys that don't know, games so far at the beginning of this quarter of 2020, there's been meeting some delays going on, some delay issues going on, especially with the Final Fantasy VII remake, which I'll talk about in a separate video if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on that as well. And Cyberpunk 2077 has also been pushed back, I believe, up into September, which is the fall of this year. So quite a lot of people are pretty upset about it, but to me, I'm all for it. I'd rather have a delayed game so they can be able to focus on making it better, ironing out the kinks, the bugs, or whatever issues that they have. So we're going to go into this article because people, there's been talks from inside, and now it's been being passed around in different various journalist sites, stating the reasons behind the delay of Cyberpunk 2077. So we're going to dive right into it. So for some reason, we get this rumor at pushsquare.com and many other places, but there's a rumor that Cyberpunk 2077 may have been delayed because it runs badly on PS4 and Xbox One. So from the title of the article, saying that the base, not the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One, was it X, not the mid generation versions, the upgrade versions, they're not having issues, just the base models and stuff. And I think that we're pretty much getting close to that time. We're getting close to the time that, you know, that developers are really pushing the hardware of these consoles, and we getting closer to next gen. So this kind of makes sense, especially seeing what you can do in Cyberpunk. So we're going to read the article. So in case you haven't heard, Cyberpunk 2077 was hit with a pretty substantial delay recently. The open world RPG game was pushed from April to September, with developer CD Projekt Red stating that the additional development time would allow for much more polished product. But according to, I'm gonna mess this up, Boris Niespilek, a supposed publisher insider, current generation consoles are the main reason for the delay. Niespilek speaks about the situation on a popular Polish podcast, which has since been translated into English. He basically says that CD Projekt Red was running into real trouble when it came to getting Cyberpunk 2077 to perform on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The latter especially. It's unclear whether Niespilek is referring to just the base systems or the Pro and the Xbox as well. Okay, so he's also stating that, which I don't know, I doubt that. So apparently the developer had a deadline on solving these issues. If things weren't fixed by January 2020, Cyberpunk 2077 would have to be delayed, and so here we are. This is a rumor that, at least on the surface, does seem feasible. We can't speak for the reliability of Nice Spilik, but he's clearly confident enough to appear on camera and talk about what he's been told. So when Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay was first revealed, many, including ourselves, said it had to be on a next gen release. Since then, the title's definitely been on the receiving end of a downgrade or two, but that's mostly just the nature of game development. Still, based on everything that we know, Cyberpunk 2077 is a hugely ambitious project. It certainly wouldn't surprise us if there is indeed weight to this rumor. So before we get to the last part of this article, that was the thing. I'm not gonna lie, to be honest too, when they first revealed Cyberpunk 2077, I wasn't even sure. Matter of fact, I thought it was, I wouldn't say just a PC exclusive, because it's really hard nowadays just to have something exclusively to the PC without it going over to the consoles. But from what I've read, the ideas that he was going to have for this game and everything, and I was also saying to myself, how in the world will they get this game to pretty much work on the PS4 and the Xbox One? I was seeing that myself, especially from hearing all the details and the information, how they had everything laid out and what they were going for this game. I was also wondering that as well. But of course, after we seen the reveal trailer, after some people got VIP access to actually see the game in action, and then once they finally put that 40-minute gameplay, I guess a explanation on how the game's going to work, how it's going to function, how you create characters and stuff like that, you was able to see the game in action. Now, the thing was, from when we first saw it, the game looked gorgeous, but of course, as development go along, it does have to be the visuals, or so it did take a hit, like the article did say, because I did start noticing that it didn't look as good as what we seen the first time. But I think that was what happens anyway when it comes to game development. They shoot for what they want, and then they decrease down to what they can possibly get and what is feasible for them to be able to, I guess you could say, port over to the game console versions of their game and stuff. So the last part of the article says since publishing this article, God of War director Cory Barlog did tweet that every game runs, this is his quote, every game runs badly until you optimize for the hardware in the final push before goal. While true, it would appear that the optimization process is taking longer than CD Projekt Red expected. Hence, it's been unable to hit its original deadlines. Let's hope everything gets cleaned up before September. So that's also the thing as well when it comes to game development. And I've been seeing this a whole lot. Going to gold. If you don't know what that is, that's pretty much where the developers finally get the game to the state that it needs to be and is ready to pretty much be finalized, packaged up, and pretty much shipped out and everything. And developers always try to get as much of the game done as possible, try to patch it up as much as possible, polish it and everything before it gets to goal. Now, from what it's being said right here, it looks like it wasn't up to snuff by the time it had its deadline to reach its goal state. So now they have to push the game back. So from what you can translate here or interpret here is the fact is that, like he was saying too, things like this happen in game development. And I think nowadays we live in an era where nowadays you can get access to information way before you're supposed to get access to this type of information. And I think that's the problem that we have nowadays. We are starting to get early hands-on or early information of development of these games, like early development or the issues of the developments of these games. And then after that, when we get this information, everyone begin to panic. Everyone, some news journalists or some YouTubers, or exaggerate the situation and everything, gets everybody panicking and stuff like that. And that's what happened. I talked about it in a past video of, is it a good idea for developers to announce a game too way before it's ready to actually be revealed and be announced? Because we went through this issue with Final Fantasy VII Remake, to where they had pretty much revealed the game, and then we heard nothing about the game in a very, very long time. And then we heard that they was having troubles with CyberConnect 2, and that they fired them, and then they had to move everything in-house. And then everybody was saying, oh, it's doomed for Final Fantasy VII Remake. And that was because, in my opinion, like I said before, Square Enix jumped the gun too early, and we got way too much information in the reveal for the game way before it was even ready to actually be, shown. So now, since we got that early information and stuff, a lot of us began to assume the worst when it comes to development, and I believe that's what's going on here with Cyberpunk 2077. Is the fact is that we're getting rumors of optimization issues, something that most developers don't really share about that, because it's situations like this. Everyone is like, I see on Facebook, my social groups, everyone is talking about this after hearing this, but I don't think it's as bad as what everyone is making it out to be. I think this is just the process, and like the God of War director said the same thing. It's just the process that developers go through. You just don't know anything about it, because why would they share information like that? As long as the product is out and it's representable, it's polished, and it has the quality and everything is concerned on that forefront. Now, as far as the PS4 and the Xbox One having troubles and stuff, yes, optimization issues, but I still do believe that we're just on the crux of we at the end of this generation, and I believe that developers are pushing for innovation. They're pushing to and farther the gaming experience for gamers, and these consoles at this point it's going to be eventually not feasible, but they will have to. It's very important, especially since they advertised Cyberpunk 2077, that they advertised that it's coming to the PS4, the Xbox One, of course the PC, that they will have to get this to work on these base models. This is all part of their marketing, it's all part of their advertising campaign, so it's important. And not just that, not everyone have yet to still buy the mid-generation consoles, which is the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. So they have to get this to work on the base model. Everybody has the base model, and because I've been seeing people saying, well, why don't you just get rid of heck with the base models? Why don't you just do the mid-generation and the PC and maybe next gen? But I just don't think that's feasible, and I don't think that would help them in the long run, especially as far as sales is concerned, especially since you're cutting off a demographic of players who have the base models and is looking forward to this game. So I don't think that's a great idea. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not worried about the delay. I'd much rather them delay it, push it back, and I'm getting it for the PC anyway. It doesn't really matter. I got a gaming piece, I got a powerful PC, and I think Cyberpunk is meant to be played on a PC, in my opinion anyway. I want this thing to be maxed out, visuals, everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I want to get the best experience out of this game, and this is going to be my first time in a long time really sitting down and just immersing myself into, I guess you could say, a first-person shooter game, or a first-person perspective, open world. It's been a very long time, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'll try to do some videos based on this too. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section below. I do like to make some Cyberpunk videos, and going through the character creation with character that I'm going to create and stuff like that, and the routes I'm going to go with the decision making within the game itself. So I'm definitely would love to give that a try. So if you like this video, I would love for you to share it, pass it around, because I'm wrapping this up. What do you think about the delay of Cyberpunk 2077? Do you think it's a smart move for CD Projekt Red to do that? And do you think that the base model PS4 and the Xbox One, do you think that that they should just pretty much just skip over it and just go for the mid consoles, which is the Pro and the Xbox One X? Do you think they should just focus on that in the PC? What aspects of the game, what got you looking forward to this? Have you ever been a fan, always been a fan of CyberConnect 2077, or just Cyberpunk tabletop game in general? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like the video, like I said, pass it, share, subscribe, and if you want to be notified for more information regarding this game and more from CD Projekt Red, hit the bell to be notified. This is MugenLord signing off. See you game fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.